Brenton!
Nathan!
It's bar time!
Now dig on this.
Hey!
Hey-o!
Hey, guess what, Nathan?
What, Brenton?
This is Classic Movie Banter.
It is!
You know that podcast where me, that guy, Brenton, and that other guy over there, Nathan,
I'm here.
we talk about movies that are older than 20 years. 20 years! And we tell you, our lovely listeners, if those movies are still worth watching today, and more importantly, if they are worth putting on your big screen on a Thursday night, inviting all the friendies around, and getting all the drinks out, giving them a good old pour, and just
here we
watching
go.
it and having a good time, and sipping away, and just like chatting about life, you know, about the podcast, about the show, about anything you like, really. That's what we do here.
That's what we're here for, Brenton.
We take the old and we make it new again. But we're not even doing that today, Nathan.
No, we're not. Brenton, alcohol is rampant today. You know, we've it's a new season. You know, we're here in December.
Oh, dear.
The sun is shining in Australia. We're almost through this god awful year, Brenton. We're so close to the end.
Almost. We're so close, so close.
Oh.
And in case we have any new lovely listeners today, first of all, hello.
Hello.
Nice to see you here. So what we do is basically, with the change of each season.
So too do we change.
Yeah, so we change entirely. So the show has these things called 7 seasons. Nathan, how do we explain what a 7-season
So
episode
the 7th
is?
season is where Brett and I, like BuzzFeed, we make a fun little list. We list the top 7 of something, you know? Previous episodes, we've done 7 best foods, 7 best animals, top 7 Lego sets, Brenton. You know, we take a break from reviewing old movies and we get rid of that rule, Brenton. All movies are on the cards.
To be clear, like when we say top 7, like foods, animals, and Lego, we're not just talking about, we just don't leave the movie shit behind. We're still incorporating the movie elements.
We do. This is a movie podcast, Brenton. We're still on brand. You know, this may be our magnum opus, Brenton. This may be the best list of all.
It might be. Earlier this year, Nathan, we had your birthday special in which we reviewed The Emperor's New Groove, of a favorite classic movie of yours.
A staple.
And what was interesting about that is that I said, that was like the Nathan episode. That was the episode that epitomized everything that Mr. Nathan is about on the show. But today, I think this episode could possibly eclipse that because this was your idea for a list.
Well, wouldn't it be fun, listeners? Imagine if you went on a fictional bar crawl through your favorite bars that you've seen in movies. You know, you've watched a movie and you've been like, God, I love that bar. I want it to be like just to sit at and have a drink and then, you know, kick on to the next one. That's what you and I are doing today, Brenton.
We are actually doing it. We have got our Avengers Endgame universe bending time suits ready to go. And we're going to go all throughout the universe, all throughout time.
Yeah.
And go to various spots in films and have the biggest night out.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a good bar crawl, listeners. If if it's an appropriate hour and you want to have, you know, and you're over 18 or wherever you are in the world and it's legal and you want to have a sip with us, come have a sip with us. Come on this little fun bar crawl. You know, we'll have a sip or a shot every bar we go to. We're going to jump back and forth between Brenton's 7 and my 7. All venues are on the cards. All you got to do is that they have to have a bar there. That's all has to be there.
Good one, too.
One hopes. Yeah. So have we got everything done ready, Brenton?
I think that's it. I think that's all we need to say. Let's jump in, as they
I'm
say.
so excited. Here we go. All right, bar crawl time. I've got my good shirt on. I'm in my little Avengers Endgame suit. So let's bloody press the button and go to our first bar, Brenton.
Nathan, I'm so excited to see where you're taking us.
Brenton, I'm starting off the night at the Mos Eisley Cantina from A New Hope.
Oh my goodness. It's so hot.
Oh my God. Well, here's the thing. Like, you want to start off here's the reason we're starting the bar with this. This is the bar that I want to go to the most sober. You know what I mean? Because you and I got to be alert at this place, right? Like...
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous spot.
We've got to mention as well, when we go to these bars, the fictional characters from that movie are probably going to be there in the scene from the film.
Yeah.
So we're in medias res, Brenton. We're in the middle of it all. And you and I are stumbling into the Mos Eisley Cantina. Do you like this bar, Brenton?
I like the music. It's pretty cool. It's pretty groovy, if you know what I mean.
Isn't it great? It's a good tune. So we're here, you know, there's some bug-eyed aliens just, you know, having a tune. We got Alec Guinness sitting in a bar with Luke over in the corner. So, and, you know, he's probably hassling with Han Solo on what to negotiate. I feel like this would be a fun bar, Brenton. I'm pretty sure this also exists somewhere. Like, I'm sure they've recreated it somewhere on Earth. Like,
I think they've created something similar at Galaxy's Edge, which is like the part of the Disney World theme park that has Star Wars shit in it. So yeah, I think it exists there. But we're actually here, and I gotta say, like, what's cool about this place is that like there's everyone comes here. Like there's people from all walks of life.
It's the hive of scum and villainy, as it were.
Most of them are scumbags, is what I was gonna say. Obviously,
we fit right in.
Yeah. Look at us go.
Oh.
Now, Nathan, what are we drinking? Because like a classic staple of the Star Wars universe, there's some green and blue milk.
Yeah.
There's various other
Well,
drinks.
Brenton, I've got a flask in my back pocket for this bar. So,
Oh.
I don't recall there being bouncers at the Mos Eisley Canteen. I don't think we had to show ID. I think you just walk in.
No, yeah, you just walked in, and if you had droids, they're like, "Oi, droids not allowed in here."
Yeah, it's not that good of a bar because, they segregate the droids. We're pro-droids, Brenton.
We are pro droids.
So I've whipped out my little flask. I've got a single malt Scotch whiskey, Brenton. I've called the Singleton.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have a shot right now, Brenton. What are you gonna have?
Oh damn! I'm gonna have some bourbon. I think. I think that's most suited to the Mos Eisley Cantina. I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna pour some right now. Actually, no, sorry. I'll get the bartender to pour it right now.
Yeah, here we go.
Thank you, kind sir.
What would he say, the bartender? Because probably the same guy from New Hope, right?
Yeah.
He's a quiet bloke, isn't he?
Yeah, he just kind of mulls about. He does his job. He wants to just go home. He wants to survive the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas this is how we're starting. We're having a good time. Cheers, Nathan.
Cheers. All right. I'll take my shot.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Oh, that felt
You okay,
good.
Nathan?
I'm already on the floor I'm not that guy who loses the arm.
Yeah. Totally. Now, what's cool about this place is that not that I'd really, this is somewhere I think that you'd hang around and you wouldn't necessarily strike up a conversation with anyone here.
No, maybe the devil at one point.
Yeah, maybe Satan himself. No, we'd just chill out, I think, in the corner and just watch from a booth is what we'd do. We'd have some drinks and just chat to each other and just be like, look at us, look at that guy, look at that guy over there. Have you ever seen anything like it? You know what I mean?
It's a nice chill bar. There's not too much violence besides Alec Guinness cutting that guy's arm off. So
and Hans shooting Greedo as well.
Oh yeah. Actually, things are escalating now, Brenton. Maybe we should go.
I think we should get out of here before things take off again.
All right, back in the endgame suits.
Nathan, guess where we are?
Oh, here we go. I have no clue. I have to take the helmet off, Brenton. Where are we?
Nathan, I was thinking for the start of the evening, when you want to remember stuff, like you said, you want to go to somewhere that you're going to remember and you're going to have a good time.
Well, we're most sober currently.
Exactly. And since we're looking good, this is the other thing. We're looking good at the start of the night as well. So we need to make the most of it and go to somewhere that's a bit classy.
Ooh. Can we presume, sorry to interrupt you, but can we presume under our endgame time travel suits, conveniently every bar we rock up is the appropriate clothing for said bar?
Okay, yeah, of
Yes.
course.
Okay,
of
good.
course.
We just have quick costume changes off camera,
I decided to go to an exclusive locale.
Here we go.
And since we're looking nice, I think they'll let us in. Nathan, we're at the Bamboo Lounge from Goodfellas.
Oh, are we?
We're going underground to this little club, and we've got ourselves a little table, reserved table booked, and we're just going to sit down and have a nice couple of drinks.
Now, the first question, Brenton, when you booked our table, how close are we to Joe Pesci?
I booked us on the opposite side of the room with a good view.
Okay, good. So we're nowhere near Joe Pesci. That's the main thing.
We're still getting a good view of all the action, but we are well away.
I like this bar, Brenton. I think you chose really well. Also, because in Goodfellas, it kind of comes out of nowhere.
Totally.
And also, we're in it for a while. They're chatting for a while in it.
Exactly. It's such a cool establishing moment in the movie too when we first go into this place of because obviously you have to know someone to get in. You have to know someone to get in this joint, and you have to be someone.
Do you know Joe Pesci, Brenton? Is that what's really happening here?
I mean, what can I say?
Who doesn't know Joe Pesci?
He's a funny guy. What can I say?
I swear my father told me one time that Joe Pesci owns a house in Isle Capri on the Gold Coast.
Are you kidding? I had no idea.
Yeah,
really?
Dad told me that. I can't remember if that's legit. It's something my father told me, so who knows? Take it with a grain of salt. But but we were driving past one day in Isle Capri, which is this very posh suburb in the Gold Coast in Australia, and my dad was like, "That's Joe Pesci's house," and I'm like, "Ah, okay."
No way. But I think that could be I could see Pesci on the coast.
Yeah, I can see him doing it. He's like one of those old blokes who would retire to the coast. You know what I mean? Just get amongst the Australians. So what are we ordering at this Italian restaurant, Brenton?
Well, of course, I think we've got to get a nice cocktail. I think I would get a Manhattan if I was being honest. I think I'd get something that's a bit smoother.
Yeah. Do you reckon they do custom cocktails here? If we asked?
I think if we gave a good tip, they would do it for us for sure.
Okay, nice. Please tell me you brought some US dollars.
I definitely did.
Oh, thank
God.
God.
I did.
Look, you have a little fanny pack just at the front, just just awkwardly unzipping it under the table.
That is the most accurate thing you've ever said about me. Brenton in a fanny pack, of course. Just slip it under the Avengers suit.
You wore one, right?
I have. I wore. I wore one when I went to the US when I was a young lad.
Did you really? Wait, you were on a family holiday and they made you wear a fanny pack?
Yeah, they were like, here, have a fanny pack, and you can have this, and you keep all your little shit in here that you need on you at all times. And I was like, right.
See, I'm knowing child you. I bet you would have kind of gotten around it.
Yeah, man, I made it work.
Oh,
I don't wear something and not try to make it work. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I made made that the highlight of my outfit every day.
And of course you choose to wear it here in this exclusive nightclub. This is kind of good. I'm trying to remember the tunes. I don't think what kind of music do they have here?
Well, I mean, it's like it's just some classic tunes. Like it's from memory, I think it was there was just like it was some good grooving, some good jazz, some smooth sounds. You know what I mean? Like it was nothing like too upbeat. It's more about the exclusivity and it's more about the vibe of this place, which I'm loving this vibe. I gotta say.
Oh, our drinks are here.
I gotta say, this drink looks good.
This looks very good. Surprise, Brenton. I signaled to the waiter to get me another shot of scotch, so I'm just gonna do another shot.
Oh, okay, no.
And unless this is lost on the listeners, Brent and I quite literally in real life have like the drinks that we're saying in front of us. We've come prepared. We are really drinking to this.
Yeah, exactly. We're having a good old time together, having chats, having a good time through movies.
We're choosing on a Friday night not to go out, Brenton. You know, we're just recording a podcast episode and getting drunk.
Absolutely. Cheers to that.
To the good fellas. Oh, tell you what, that second shot goes down a lot smoother than the first. I've learned over the years.
You've wised up.
Oh, haven't I though? How was your drink? Was it good?
Mine's good. It's very smooth. It's really nice. It's just like it just hits home, and I'm just enjoying it. I'm really vibing this tonight, mate.
Now, Brenton, say we're having a nice night. What would you do if like you were just at a nice restaurant, then suddenly like this random fucker just like, you know, is going funny who, and then just like shoots a guy? Like what would you do? Like
well, you know, if I didn't have my Avengers Endgame suit, I'd let it happen. You know what I mean? Like because I'm on the other side of the room, so like, you know, it's all the climax is all I'm getting, and I'm going.
We definitely shoot each other a weird look. We both feel like, ooh.
Yeah. And we just have a moment. We just keep it quiet, and then we just leave. We just slowly just like.
No, you know what I'd do, Brenton? If Joe Pesci shot the guy, I would shout out from the corner of the room. I'd point to you and go, "He thinks you're funny too." And you do that thing with like the line over the neck. You'd be like, "Ooh, don't do that."
Well, I'd make sure. I'd see what I'd do. I'd make sure I had little Macaulay Culkin with me, and I'd make sure he had his little flamethrower already, and I'd be ready to go to take down Pesci.
Is there any way that Joe Pesci's character is like a sequel to like the Home Alone character?
I just assumed it was.
It could like time-wise, it could work. Like it could be a thing.
Apart from the fact that Pesci dies in Goodfellas, I mean, sure.
That's why Home Alone has to be the prequel, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like, yeah.
So if Joe Pesci came up to us, he'd be like, "Oh, I like what you boys ordered. What did you get?" We'd just be like, "Oh, we recognize you from Home Alone," and he's like, "How did you know?" Like you broke out of prison.
Totally. He's like, "Keep it on the down though," and we're like, "Of course, Mr. Pesci.
Of course.
Have a good night."
So sorry.
Have a good night, sir.
All right. Well, let's bloody put on our suits. We've had enough of this bar, Brenton. Let's kick on to the next one. All right, Brenton, how appropriate that we chose suits from Avengers.
Oh, no way. We're going into the MCU. Are we actually going
into the MCU, Brenton.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
boy.
Nathan.
We're going to the only bar that I remember and fondly from the MCU, Brenton. And we're going into the original Avengers movie because we're going to Iron Man's bar that he has in the original Avengers Tower.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
What a good choice.
Here
what a
we
great
are.
choice.
My number 6.
Look at the views of NYC.
Look at the view. Now, here, well, I'm going to say when in the Avengers, we rocked up right before Iron Man and Loki are chatting in the roof, and like Mark 7 flies out of the closet. So like we've gotten there just before they have that confrontation. So we're watching the Battle of New York in front of us as we arrive.
Well, wait, so is Loki here already?
No, he's about to. Him and Iron Man are about to have their chat.
We're gonna make this quick then. Yeah.
We snuck in and here we look at all of RDJ's booze. Look at all of it.
Do you reckon there's recipes here? Do you reckon he's got like some secret Iron Man recipes going on? Do you reckon?
I know if it's physically written down. I reckon he just has it in Jarvis. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I reckon if we asked Jarvis would just like make it happen for us. You know.
Yeah, but this is prime real estate in New York, Brenton. Like we get it. We're sitting here. We're pouring each other our own little drinks. I'm gonna have another scotch, but I'm gonna have a mixed scotch now, Brenton.
I might have some whiskey actually.
RDJ would have some good whiskey as well. Like Iron Man would have some great one
for sure. I'm just gonna get that sorted. But while we're here as well, are you a fan of heights? Are you okay with heights or?
Yeah, I've always been fine with heights. Like at the Q1 bar on the Gold Coast, I'd get around that. So
because I feel like we could just go out the front there, like with the drinks, and just chill out and look out.
Oh yeah,
from
we could
like
have our like feet dangling off that ledge, you know, like wee.
Yeah, totally.
It's like because from memory, before Iron Man and Loki like have their chat and like the bar, like Thor and Loki have a fight on the ledge, and like he knocks off the Avengers A or whatever it is. Like
that's right. Yeah, I feel like that's after, isn't it?
Oh, maybe yeah. Well, anyway, we're just watching a good fight, Brenton. You know, we're watching the Avengers fuck up New York, and we're just hanging about. It's a good time.
The view is glorious, mate. Cheers to that.
Oh my god, that was so good not having a shot. Like just having like a Coke and scotch together was just like A+.
I'm shocked that you started with 2 shots, man. Like you well, I understand it.
And we're only 3 bars down. down. I'm thinking so far, I'll probably change my mind the more drunk I get. But I'm going to do 2 shots, then a mix, then 2 shots, then a mix. So
Wow, you've got this all planned out.
this is a good, because if you remember in the movie, okay, let's say we're now hiding behind a pillar and Loki and Iron Man have walked in. So from memory, when Iron Man actually pours himself a drink, I love the little glass thing he uses. Like, it looks like a really cool, like, jug thing, if you remember it. Yeah.
I remember watching that as well. Yeah, I remember thinking that, like, wow, like that's a really cool bar, but like the utensils he's using. The thing is with drinks is that, like, if you have a cool like glass, or if you have like a cool like cocktail shaker or whatever you have, or you have like a cool canister that like the alcohol's in, it just makes it look so much better than like you don't even know what they're drinking. They're probably you know, on the set they might not even be drinking alcohol, but it just makes it look like a good drink.
I've always wondered that. You know how like in movies, like, what are the actors actually drinking? Because obviously like for wine they use grape juice and that kind of stuff. I remember I was in a movie as an extra called I Am Woman, and we had to drink wine at this bar, and they just gave us a bunch of like grape juice, but then they ran out of grape juice, so they just took some red wine from the bar. I actually probably shouldn't say this on air, but like
really
they used real red wine.
Goodness me, that's not right.
Yeah, I probably really shouldn't say this on air because I could name names, but like fuck it. I've had drinks, Brenton. I'm going too loose already.
Oh mate, settle down because we've got 11 bars to go from memory.
Oh Jesus Christ, this is gonna be a long episode. But this is great, and like I love that in the movie, like before us, Brenton, like Iron Man is offering Loki like a drink, like he's genuinely like, do you want one? Like, and I feel like he would have given him one if Loki said yes.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, he would have poured him a glass.
Yeah. So let's presume now that Loki's like thrown Iron Man out the window and he blasts Loki back, you know, and Iron Man flies off. Do we want to have a drink with Loki? Like, would you want to like say, hey, we pop out from behind the pillars?
Absolutely, but you know what? Actually, the more I think about it, like Avengers Loki like views humans as like filth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he views us as like.
Would he immediately kill us if we like rocked up?
No, I don't think he would kill us. I think he'd probably ask us to get him a drink, to be honest, which I'd happily do for him.
Well, it's funny because at the end of that movie, Loki's like, I'll have that drink now. So like he is keen. Like,
yeah, well, let's get him a drink. Let's do it.
We'll leave Tom Hiddleston a little drink, and I think it's time to scurry off, Brenton, before any more alien fire comes in.
Quick. All that technology just made me wanting to just go back to the old times, you know?
Oh, here we
go.
Before you even get into that, I deliberately avoided Westerns because I thought you might bring one up.
Wow. Well, we are going into a Western.
Yeah, boy!
We are going into a Western. And the shame of this is, the biggest shame of picking the bar I'm picking is because it gets rid of a lot of other options for bars. Because I decided that, well, a lot of the bars I know from film are all from Quentin Tarantino movies.
Ah, that's really interesting. Also, side note, I really hope we're having this conversation in front of Loki before we leave. Like,
yes,
like he's just awkwardly on the floor, just like watching us debate bars, and he's like,
he's got his weird crown helmet thing on. He's just like, what are they doing?
That's interesting. So you had to pull back on the Tarantino for this.
This was a hard decision to make, which one I was going to choose.
Oh, so we're going into Django territory.
We are. Now, there's a few bars in Django.
Oh, there's only one that's important, though.
Oh, is there?
Is it the one where Christopher Walken's like, in my pocket, I have the contract? Is it that one?
Absolutely. We're going to that tavern. We're going into that tavern. And I'll tell you why. Because, like, the other bar option, because I thought you were about to say we were going to Leo's bar.
No, that's a shit bar. I don't want to go to Leo's bar.
No, it's a private bar, but the fact that like a Mandingo fight is happening is the fact that like I just don't want to go there.
No, I don't want to go to that, yeah.
So we're going to this saloon.
Oh.
Christoph's got to go pick up a contract. You know what I mean? He's walked in with Django and it's cleared the place out. And I think what we're doing.
Do we have that moment though, Brenton, as we walk in? Is it like in that scene in Shanghai Noon where we walk in and everyone stares at us very briefly? And they all pause?
Yes, but then what happens is Django and Christoph come in after us and they clear everyone out. So basically in the bar, as I imagine it right now, it's just us two and Django and Christoph having their conversation in the corner. Now, I want to be there for the action in this bar. Okay? Because I came here because I think as well, at the start of the evening, there's nothing better than remembering just the perfect beer. You know what I mean?
Oh, I hear you.
I'll tell you why I picked this bar is because when Christoph pours that beer in that film, it looks absolutely perfect.
Tarantino knows how to shoot like drinks and food.
Exactly. And he just skims the foam off the top of it. Tap on the side. And I've asked him specifically to give us a couple beers. So we've sat down with a couple of pints.
And with Christoph as well, like I forget, is he a fake dentist in that movie or can he actually do dental work?
No, he's a dentist. He is a dentist.
Good.
But
because I'd get him to look at the teeth, while we're here,
Yeah, absolutely. How the cavities going these days. Christoph.
Jamie Foxx is very confused in the corner, just like seeing like Crystal like look at our teeth.
Totally. One, because we just like appeared in like their universe, but that's okay. They're handling it all right. In that being said, but Nathan, the reason I picked this bar is because like these drinks do look really good, and that beer does look fine. You know what I mean?
Doesn't it?
Like, Nathan, do you want to take a sip?
Oh, I'll take a sip. Yeah, I'll have a sip here because you know it's beer territory. And cheers, listeners, if you're drinking with us, by all means. Like if you're not, that's good because you know sobriety is always to be celebrated. But you know if you're coming on this little tour with us, welcome.
Have a few pour a few
Take a
drinks.
seat. Take a seat at this awesome saloon. You know what's great as well? Controversial. I'm not a fan of the music that plays in saloons. You know that like old timey piano thing.
I agree. It's a bit too much. So we're experiencing the old saloons, I would say, because I'd say the Old West, but it's not really the Old West because we're in the South. But we're experiencing this saloon without like all of that extra energy that's in there. Without the fact that we could be shot dead at any moment.
Yeah, everyone's too angry. I don't want any of that shit.
Like it's just us in the saloon. But then Nate, the town has assembled outside with the sheriff, and all guns are pointed at the doors.
Oh no, this is not good, Brenton.
I kind of want to stick around.
Do you reckon you and I try to leave, but Christoph Waltz like points a gun at us and says, "No, you stay for this." Like we try and like scurry out.
I think he gives us the option, but like once the guns are outside, I don't think we can go. So I think what we do is we stay and wait till he gets his bounty on that guy that's the sheriff in the town. Oh wait, no, it's not the sheriff. It's the marshal. The marshal's
That's
the guy
right,
that is undercover.
I love that scene as well. It's like the dialogue that Tarantino wrote for that is so bloody sharp.
Totally.
Like, and there's great pauses as well as you suddenly realize the balance of power is like slowly shifting. Like
totally,
it's such a great scene. Fuck, it's such a great movie.
Agreed. So while we're sitting here, Christoph has just gone out and shot dead the marshal with his cool little wrist gun that he's pointed out and shot the marshal, and the town's gone nuts. Everyone's gone to get the sheriff, and we've witnessed that. And the sheriff's come back. You know, they're all talking out the front, and we get to just sit inside, look out the window, and watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we get a good view of this kind of thing. But I feel like I'd be quite nervous. Like I'd be like, Brenton, finish the beer. I'd be like, we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, totally.
This is not going well.
I think when Christoph shoots that marshal dead is the time that like we just scull the drinks and we just wait. We'll wait to see like what happens, but we'll be ready to go at any point in time. You know what I mean?
Can we also just acknowledge, Brenton, that so far all four of our choices have all featured violence?
Totally. And we've had to escape before like like during or like after or a certain point of time where it's safe to leave.
Oh no, Brenton, this is not good. You know what? As well, I feel like in real life I wouldn't want to go to these saloon bars because it'd always be, you know how like there's like those towns in America that recreate the Old West and that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know, I'm throwing rocks here, but I've had a few, so I can say this. I feel like in those bars you would get people who would genuinely commit to it, like proper. And I'm wondering if you would get a bar fight that like some tourist would want to start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like that one guy thinks he's in Westworld and he just like starts punching someone. Like, you know, like I'd always be suspicious if that shit were to break out.
I hear what you mean. Yeah.
Would you go to like those old West towns and like recreate? Like, you'd rock up in full garb and want to like recreate that thing.
I don't know if I would, to be honest. Like, part of me does. Part of me wants to go check it out, but at the same time, like, it's never going to be that authentic. You know what I mean? Like it is to a certain extent, but part of the fun of it is that you're like play acting, kind of like we're doing right now.
Yeah. Under a little blanket, like, woo!
We're in Django Unchained.
Woo! You know what? This does remind me a little bit of like when I was a child. Like, you know, when you play in the playground, like you commit to
totally
the make believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're in the playground in year 4, you just get the drinks ready to go, and you pretend you're in those bars. You know what I mean? And the teachers are like, Brenton, why are you drinking whiskey? And you're like, because
I'm recording a podcast, miss. And she's like, what's a podcast? This is 2003.
Where'd you get that alcohol? Christoph Waltz just poured me a beer. Just settle down. It's all good.
Oh, I reckon in real life, Christoph Waltz would be great to have a beer with as well. You know, like
absolutely,
he'd be great.
Absolutely.
If I ever had a beer with him, I'd kind of want him to recreate like his like performance from the Bond movies where he's just Blofeld.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Spectre. I gotta watch it.
Well, all this gunfire is kind of frightening me, Brenton. Maybe we should skedaddle out of here.
I think we should as well. I reckon we should get to your number 3.
Put on that Avengers suit. Let's get the fuck out of here. All right, Brenton. The first 4 bars we've been to, like I said, have featured violence. So I want to go to a bar where there hasn't been violence. You know, we're going to go to a peaceful time. We've had a couple of drinks. We're in the mood. Of course, we had to visit the Harry Potter franchise, Brenton.
Oh, you did it.
Without
you put it on there.
And if there's any bar from this I want to visit, like truly, if I could really genuinely visit any bar, it would be the Leaky Cauldron.
Because the thing about the Leaky Cauldron is that you get your bang for your buck.
You do.
You can go shopping afterwards if you want down Diagon Alley.
We're so close to it.
You can go back back into the Muggle world. You can go back into London.
In the same way when we did our house episode, we chose a particular moment in a particular film. So here we too do as that as well, Brenton.
Yeah.
We are at the Leaky Cauldron from Philosopher's Stone because I thought about it.
Yep.
If we went to the Prisoner of Azkaban one, it's empty. It's like the Weasleys sitting about and then Arthur Weasley's got like Harry pinned up against a wall really weirdly. How weird is that scene, side note, where Arthur's like...
Yeah, that whole segment is weird. Like, I do agree with that, but I think it's a fine choice because if I was to pick a Leaky Cauldron version from one of the movies, it would totally be the Philosopher's Stone.
Because it's packed.
Exactly. It's packed, but also like the aesthetic of it is more pleasing to me. Sure, it's a bit like it's dingy.
I remember being very smoky. Like you can't really see that much of it.
It's dark. It's cool. It looks like a nice vibe. Like I feel like it's a nice kind of underground bar out of the way.
Yeah, it's very, very cool. We rocked up. We can see Harry and Hagrid chatting to Quirrell, near the bar. But we'll get up near the front. And obviously, there's only one type of drink we can order here, Brenton.
Butterbeer.
Of course. Like no other option.
Wow. 2 beers in a row.
Cheers, mate. We're gonna have some bloody butterbeer. Get around it.
Here's to that. Chink.
Oh, this is so tasty. This was such a smart decision. How good is that butterbeer, Brenton? Oh, by the way, I've had real life butterbeer. Just to flex.
You have? How is it?
It's pretty good. It's like pretty.
It's like a butterscotch flavored soda, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like
it's obviously not beer. Because in Hogsmeade, in Harry Potter World in Orlando, Florida, that you can go, I forget, it's not Leaky Cauldron, it's something else. I forget the name of it. You can go to one of the bars.
And is it the 3 broomsticks?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it's 3 broomsticks. But you can go in and like you can get the drink, and I did get a drink at the time. But it's like, it's very sweet. It's like really, really sweet.
Sounds good.
But no, I honestly, like, I presume we're muggles. So we've kind of like smuggled our way through into the Leaky Cauldron.
Yeah. So do you reckon it actually looks the same as a muggle to what it does as a wizard?
Well, I thought that was the gig. Because I thought you could see the Leaky Cauldron from the muggle world. I thought that was a thing. Or am I wrong?
That is the thing.
They do physically see the exterior of the Leaky Cauldron, right?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
So like we should just go in. I wonder if they'd let us in Diagon Alley though.
Well, they wouldn't because you need to bloody tap the bricks, and like I feel like you and me would be like a little bit drunk, so we just kind of like randomly start pressing bricks. Like, no man, there's like a magical alleyway behind there. You're like, sit down, Nathan.
Some wizard just comes up behind us and is like, excuse me, like I need to go shopping, and it's like, yeah, man, which ones are the ones? It's like, oh jeez.
I feel like if like you and I went to like the Leaky Cauldron, we'd want to have a chat with Hagrid. Like we'd see this giant guy in the middle of this bar, like we got to have a chat to that bloke.
Mate, I would want to have a drink with Hagrid.
How would Hagrid react to us? Because imagine he's got to escort Harry. He doesn't let him chat to Quirrell for long because he's like, we're on a fucking mission. Come on, let's go. So like, if you and I like tap Hagrid on the shoulder and he turns, what would happen?
We'd be like, hey Hagrid, we're big fans, and he'd be like, what?
who are these? And Harry, who by the way just left the Dursleys and is still very confused about everything. He's like, oh, who are these guys? And Hagrid's like, shut up, Harry, I don't know them.
I have no idea. Just smile and let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, Hagrid, how's the pink umbrella? Hey, how's the Chamber of Secrets,
what does Harry ask Quirrell in that conversation? It's such a weird conversation, I remember, like from philosophers.
Isn't it like, what do you teach or something?
And he's like, what do you teach? And he's like, well, you'll find out soon, you little boy.
I've got Voldemort in the back of my head.
It's so weird. I remember first seeing Quirrell in that scene as a child, just being like, this fucker's on something. Like, there's something not right with him. Like, it's such a weird convo as well, because like, it doesn't really go anywhere. Then Hagrid kind of awkwardly just drags Harry away. He's like, well, we must be off. And Harry just like awkwardly walks away.
Yeah, it's such an awkward fucking scene. And Hagrid like doesn't like Quirrell either. He's like, this guy's awkward as fuck. Like, what a weirdo. He's like, come on, Harry.
Do you reckon if we're in the bar, you and I would have enough drinks, we'd kind of just want to walk up behind Quirrell, just have a tug at the turban? Like,
absolutely.
It's like when you dack someone, like you just pull the turban off. Like,
and Voldemort's all like, ah.
Oh, it's funny because like that's a bar full of wizards. So if they saw Voldemort like on the back of Quirrell, this whole bar full of, like Quirrell would be dead. He'd be outnumbered and like we'd save the universe. Just have Quirrell die then and there. Like, could you imagine like the Quibbler headlines? Just like 2 drunk idiots just like discover Voldemort.
Dude, I reckon what we should do right now is rip that turban off his head and then use the endgame suits to just get the hell out of there straight away before any killing curse can be thrown our way.
You know, that's my favorite part about the Philosopher's Stone book, when like Fred and George throw snowballs at like Quirrell's turban. Like, that's canon. And I just love to think that Voldemort's really bitter about that.
Those fucking Weasleys.
Like when Fred and George were impersonating Harry in like that battle in Book 7 Part 1, Voldemort's like, kill those first. Like they threw the snowballs.
Too good.
But you're right, we should get out of here. Like, you know, we've had enough fun.
Let's rip that turban off and then get out of here. Quick. 1, 3, 2, 1, go. Run, Nathan, run.
He's not happy.
Nathan, we're missing out at the moment on a good night.
Are we? I'm having great time so far.
Because we have had a good time so far, but do you know what's a necessity on any night out? We have to go dancing. We have to go to a few places and have some dancing.
I've been waiting to dance for so long, Brenton.
I was tossing up my next two bars on my list because I was like, one is a bit wilder in terms of like, it's a bit looser in terms of its dancing, but the other one is like a bit of a warm up. And I thought that the warm up would probably it would get our bodies ready, our muscles are.
I want to have a good warm up, Brenton, before you get too heavy. I bet I could almost guess it.
Okay, where do you think we're going?
Is it also Tarantino related?
No.
Oh,
no. There's no more Tarantino on my list.
Oh, all right. There we go. All right, then I have no clue. Where are we dancing, mate? I want to get up my shoes.
This is my first kind of franchise spot on my list.
Ooh, I'm so ready.
So, Nathan, we're actually going back to NYC and we're going to MJ's Jazz Bar from Spider-Man 3.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Actually. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is amazing. I can't believe you included the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. Yes! Oh, I'm so happy.
This was the latest addition to our list because I thought, well, I want another dancing venue, and I had another one on the list, and I thought, no, scrap that. And then I thought, I want to dance with Tobey Maguire. I want to go dance. I want to start off slow, like have some smooth jazz playing, MJ singing, and then Peter just to rock up on his little chair, say, now take on this.
Oh
we go
God.
into the CMB opening theme, and he just like starts Spider-Manning about.
Oh my God.
Let's get in there.
I am so happy about this. Like, I am all for this bar. It's probably the best bar in the Remy Trilogy from memory. Like, it could go the French restaurant where he proposes, but that's really not that nice. Like, so I feel like this is probably the best.
But the thing is as well, the problem with this place is that violence will strike at some places.
We do know that, yeah. So is Toby there yet, or is he about to arrive?
He's about to arrive with
we can see him dancing outside on the street before he comes in.
No, I think what we do is we stick around for the dance when he does his big dance.
Because also, by the way, the audience is getting around it. Everyone else at the bar's like, yeah. Totally. So like, we're in the crowd.
Could you imagine how awesome it would be to watch that? Just to watch this weird emo guy.
I had that happen once in Brisbane. I was in college and like we went out to a random club and seriously they hired like these like 5 professional dancers. Like this is a true story. And they just like broke out into this insane breakdancing comeback in the middle of the dance floor at this random club in Brisbane. I remember being like, am I just like really drunk or is this actually happening?
Heck yes. That sounds like fun.
So I get around and like Toby's like sliding across the room and he's like, TBH, are you a big fan of MJ singing just in general?
Not really.
The character. Like I'm sure Kristen Dunst can sing, but like...
Oh, I just don't love the whole I want to be an actress thing. Like it's a bit...
That's one of my favorite scenes in like the Spider-Man trilogy when like MJ like sees her name on like the Broadway sign get taken down. And it's just like...
That's right.
And it's just put up with someone else. Like if she gets fired and those 2 producers are like, ooh...
I know that they're like, oh, she's so bad, like, and whatnot, and so she gets fired. But do you reckon it'd be funnier if, like, the reason she got fired was because Peter was, like, at opening night, and he just really pissed those guys off that he was sitting next to, who happened to be, like, the top, like, producers of the show.
Oh my God.
Mate, I can't put up with that guy anymore. Like, just get rid of her.
That would be so funny. I would love that. Like, you just see them, like, just, like, write negative reviews, and then just, like, oh, no. Like, it turns into, like, all about Eve. You're just like, this is exactly the opposite of what she wanted. I like the song she sings as she's walking down the stairs, but like, I also find it so weird that Spider-Man 2 opens with MJ's face on a billboard.
Oh gosh, yeah. It's so
weird.
It's just such a moment. It's like close up on the eye.
And it just like zooms out to like Pete in the scooter. So you and I would walk in the bar in Spider-Man 3 and recognize her from the movies. We'd be like, oh, you're Billboard chick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we go up and have a chat too. We'd be like,
yeah.
Oh, when you were in that show, like you were like in a play and then you were in like this musical, like why are you here?
Yeah, we're just really blunt with her about like the failures of her career so far. She's just not having it. Like she's just like awkwardly like scuffling on like she's like mid-song as well. We like blatantly interrupt her. Like while you're chatting to MJ, I'm gonna get some drinks. What do you want? It'll be my shout.
I reckon I'd have some whiskey here as well, to be honest.
You're so annoying. This is 2007, so I can't bloody do pay pass. I have to like manually like swipe the card.
Exactly, yeah. So you're gonna be there for like 10 minutes to get like a bloody...
Oh yuck, I have to put in like a pin. Ugh. I'm not a fan of 07.
Yeah, I reckon I'll have some whiskey though. What are you gonna have?
Mate, I think it's time for a shot of scotch. I'm gonna get myself a shot at the bar.
Jeez, radio. Nathan's all in.
I'm all in, motherfucker. Here we go. All right, here you go, dude. Ooh, oh, that is
really nice.
smooth.
Are you ready to dance?
Oh my God, who's that weird guy that just walks in the bar, Brenton, with his little fringe?
He's a bit emo looking. It's weird that he's in all black as well. Like it's a bit striking. He doesn't look like a normal... Oh my gosh, Nathan, he's starting to... He's taken over. He's on the piano.
Tell you what. Actually, side note, because like Toby plays the piano extremely well on that scene. So What's the story there? Because I presume Peter Parker didn't take piano lessons.
What if it's the symbiote? What if the symbiote from like the other wherever it's from, like was just really practiced hard on the piano?
It knows, even though it's an alien symbiote, it knows piano skills for whatever reason.
Yeah, like wherever it's from, they have pianos there as well.
Like it's just unexplained. And sure, okay, if it's not the spider bite, because he never does it beforehand. So if it is the symbiote, does that mean Tom Hardy's going to play the piano at some point?
Oh, he has to.
Oh.
He has to. He takes a chomp out of a lobster and he just starts like going at it on the piano, because it can't be the spider bite, because what spider do you know is a gun piano player?
It's just so weird. I just don't understand. It's like he can use his spidey sense. Like it's a literal skill. So like,
yeah.
Also, did he know that particular song going in? Like, this only raises questions.
I think he's improving. I think in that point he's taken over. He's doing some jazz improv on the piano.
Oh, okay.
You know, he gets the chord progression and he's just going at it. And then he's dropped the piano now. He's sliding across the bar, Nathan. Quick, pick up your drink.
He's coming right to us. Quick, we got to get out of here, man.
Oh yeah, we got to get out of here before he punches MJ in the face.
Oh,
quick,
bye.
let's
bye,
go.
Toby. You feature a lot in our podcast. Say hi to Willem.
Go for the heart, buddy. Bye. Nathan, we're up to your number 4. Where are we, bud?
Here we go, halfway, mate. You're halfway through a beautiful crawl. Here we go. Here come the big guns. Brenton, you're going to love this one. You're going to bloody love it.
Am I?
Because we're going to go, Brenton, to the bar from Detective Pikachu.
What?
Yeah.
What a pick, mate. Like this has been wild. This is the wildest list we've ever done for sure. Like I have not like picked like most of your picks. Like apart from the first one, which I thought might feature someone somewhere. Detective Pikachu, really?
They go to
How
a bar
interesting.
in Detective Pikachu.
They do.
Pikachu and Jaden Smith or whatever.
Of course. What better bar than one that has Pokemon?
I thought you would love this. I thought you would love this choice because it's Justice Smith. That's right. It's Justice Smith and Pikachu. They rock up. They're not. I can't remember if they follow anyone in here, but maybe they see like Mr. Mime walking or something like that. Look, you've seen Detective Pikachu, right?
Oh yeah, I feel like they go in because they're meeting. Aren't they meeting with the girl?
It's a coffee bar, isn't it? Like Pikachu keeps ordering coffee.
Like I feel like they go like it is a regular bar, but it's like he goes there I think to meet the girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Or is she just there? I can't quite remember why they're there, but we're there.
This is a great bar because it's got Pokemon, our favorite thing, and I thought you would love this. What's the bartender? It's some what's the name of it?
It's like that duck-looking thing.
It's like a Ludicaro or something like that. It's like the one with like the maracas.
Yeah, exactly.
If you've seen that movie, it's a good time. And you know what? If we're here, we're probably in one of the booths, like near Justice Smith and Pikachu. I can see Brenton whipping out his smartphone. I think he's looking up this exact Pokemon.
I'm genuinely looking it up.
You know what, Brenton? While you're looking that up, I think I might go to the bathroom at this bar.
Oh, okay. You were right, by the way. It is Ludicolo.
So I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Can you order us drinks, and I'll be back in a tick.
Absolutely. What do you want?
Because I showed the last bar. I might want to do another shot of scotch.
All right. I'll get it sorted.
Oh, thank you.
Excuse me,
I'll be back.
Can I just get one scotch, and I'll get one wine as well. I'll get a red wine, maybe a glass of Merlot if that's not too much trouble. Yes, thanks for that.
All right, I'm back. Oh,
hey Nathan, hey.
You know what? They've got a little Chansey in the bathroom. So like,
oh, awesome.
If you're feeling a little bit sick from the booze, she's there to help you. That's the name of the nurse Pokemon, right? The Chanseys.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Great service as well, and they got a little Mr. Mime to hold the towers to give it to you. What great service at this bar.
Well, here's your drink.
Oh,
there
thank you. Thank you for giving me a shot. Wait, back up. How did you pay for this? Because in this little Poke City, do they use Poke Coins or whatever it is? I can't remember in the film what currency they use. I'm pretty sure it's Pokemon currency.
Yeah, like it's currency from the game as usual, but I just went and I don't know, like I haven't paid yet to be honest. So,
okay, so, we're gonna bounce. Is that what we did in all the other bars? Like we just left before paying?
Exactly.
I was about to say because like your US stores would have been good in Django because like for inflation wise, you would have been able to buy the bar.
Gosh, we should have done.
We should have bought the bar. Damn it.
Absolutely, but for now, let's chink these together and enjoy our cheers to that.
This is good. Would you have chats with the bartender? I feel like I want to have a chat to a Ludicolo, pardon me. Like, can you understand it? Because like they just say their name over and over. Like, would this be a universe where we understand the Pokemon?
Well, I think the Pokemon understand us, and somehow like people in the Pokemon universe, I think, understand their Pokemon as well.
This sounds exactly like just pets, how pets understand people.
Well, it's always like in Star Wars does the same thing, where like us, the audience, can't understand the droids.
No.
But the droids and the people in Star Wars can understand each other.
Same thing with Wookiees and everything else. It's like, all right.
Yeah, totally. Like, and so I always like that. I always think it's kind of cute.
You know what the worst thing is about Solo, a Star Wars story?
What is the worst thing?
I'm going to spoil this for you, Brenton. It's that when Han Solo begins to finally speak Wookiee or whatever the language is to Chewbacca, like he just says, "Oh, I just know it." Like it's never actually explained how he actually speaks to Chewbacca.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He just knows. what he's saying.
Yeah, he just knows. He just bloody knows, mate.
Wait, don't you know what he's saying, Nathan? Everyone knows what Chewbacca's always saying.
Oh, sorry. I'm a little bit behind the ball. I've just been focusing on this talking Pikachu in front of me. You know what? If we had Detective Pikachu in front of us, you'd want to have a chat, right? Like to Ryan Reynolds'
Absolutely.
Pikachu.
Chat about coffee, ask whether he has an espresso. Does he like a double Riz maybe? You know, does he have a Piccolo sometimes? When
I'd just spoil it. I'd spoil it for Justice Smith. I'd be like, oi, that's your dad. He'd be like, what?
Be like, yeah, man, Mewtwo like fucking saved your dad and like stored him in this Pikachu. Have fun. Bye. What Pokemon do you want, Nathan?
You know, I think in the past 2 years, we have had this conversation on air. I swear to God, we have had it.
But we're here now in
We're
Pokemon
here now
universe.
in the Pokemon world. Oh, in this world. Okay, not in the real world, in this world.
Yeah, what would you grab to bring back?
You know what? In this movie, I really love the is it Explode Outs? The ones that play dubstep in like the bar and in like the cage fight.
Yeah,
I just think that'd make a great like speaker system. You know, instead of a boombox, just have your Pokemon blast some tunes.
Me being here now, I think I'd like go out to a field somewhere and grab a Rapidash. You know what I mean?
Oh Christ, really?
Grab the fire horse.
I always thought the Ponyta and the Rapidashes were clearly blatant attempts to, you know, get the young girls in.
Oh well, then
it worked on Brenton.
yeah, it's clearly worked on me, the little girl Brenton. No, but imagine you're in the CBD. You're like, God, where's Brenton? He said he'd meet me at 5, and it's like
you rock up on a fucking fire horse, just.
And then I just rock up on my fire horse, and everyone's like, "Whoa, look at that sick lad!" And I'm like, "Hey!" And then the police come and arrest me, and they're like, "You're not allowed to own one of these."
Yeah,
I'm like,
they're like, please, sir. Like, this is just so inappropriate. Like, you know, I kind of want a Mewtwo almost, or a Meowth, because I could actually have a convo with it.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, no,
okay.
I'd get
I see
Meowth,
that.
and I'd have him wear the same outfit he does in the Pokemon first movie, where it's us still, and he's in that little like Viking outfit.
Yeah, absolutely. I reckon a Meowth is a perfect Pokemon for you, Nathan.
I bloody love a good Meowth. But that Meowth, the one that talks, like I get around him.
Absolutely, with that kind of like Jersey accent.
Absolutely. All right, I think I've had enough of these Pokemon. I don't want to hang around animals anymore, Brenton. I want to be an animal. So let's get the fuck out of here.
Okay, well, Nathan, what's good is that like I'm thinking that we go somewhere lively again. So let's put the suits back on. Nathan, you said dancing before, and I've gone to another venue where we can also dance, but this one's going to be off the rails. It's going to be wild. I've just looked down at myself and I've noticed that I'm now a hand-drawn animation.
Oh my God. Whoa, we've crossed dimensions, Brenton.
Well, we're really crossing dimensions. I didn't know that these endgame suits could do this.
Here we go.
Are we in provincial France? Oh my God. Nathan, we are. Guess where we're going? We're going to Gaston's Tavern.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, yes, Nathan, we are. What a time. What a choice.
This is actually insane.
Nathan, this is ridiculous.
I can't believe I didn't think of this. I feel so stupid.
How did you not think of this?
I literally looked through the whole Disney list and was going through all the animated films, and this didn't cross my mind. Brenton, what a choice. But you know why you know this more? Because you actually did the musical for this. I didn't.
Mate, I've done this musical twice. I know this song, and I know this bar very well. So I'm very well antiquated.
Oh, here we go. So, side note, is this the 90s Beauty and the Beast, or is this the Josh Gad Beauty and the Beast?
No, we're in the 90s. We're in the animation.
I love that there's a live action option available, but you're like, fuck it, let's do the animated. Like,
no, we're doing the animated, and the reason I picked the animated one mainly is because I hated the live action one, but but also because
tell us how you really feel.
The beers in the animated one are like just incredible. Like the way that they've got the foam on top, the way they've all got those tankids and whatnot, the way they clang them together, the way LeFou's getting the villagers all around it, and they're just having a wild night celebrating this guy called Gaston.
What is with the weird cult of personality that Gaston has in the town? Like everyone is a little bit weirdly in love with this random guy. Like he's not the mayor, so like why did they all love him? Like is it because no one drinks like Gaston or no one eats like Gaston?
I think they celebrate the fact that he probably is like this. He's probably like their sole like hunter. Like he's probably like the town hunter, and he's the best one at it. He probably brings back lots of game for like everyone to eat and shit and cook up. So like maybe he provides this tavern with like a lot of like when they're cooking stews or whatever, he gives them the meat.
He literally like brings in the stock.
Yeah, man. People are like, "Oh man, did you see this guy? He can fucking hunt." Gaston, like what a guy. What a guy.
There we go. So like LeFou's bloody praising him like to no end. Are we singing along to this, by the way? Is that what we've walked into?
Absolutely. No one's been like Gaston. No a kingpin like Gaston. No one's got a swell cleft in his chin like Gaston. And then Gaston's all like, as a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. My, what a guy, that Gaston. And like everyone just starts like going ape shit, flipping tables. We're all dancing on them. We're all like, everyone's assaulting LeFou. It's great.
But here's the thing. I'm trying to imagine if you and I went to a bar in real life and like we just rock up randomly one night and then just like a huge group of people just started like praising the birthday boy or girl. You know what I mean? So they're like, oh, Sarah's the best.
Yeah, totally.
Like if that happened in real life, you'd be like, who the fuck is this Sarah? Like how does she get this praise, you know?
And I want to meet her before I join this song. I want to confirm that she's what everyone says she is.
So here's the thing. If this song's going on, I think you and I should meet Gaston. I think we got to see what the hype is behind this bloke.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have to meet Gaston. But the thing is, we have to meet him like probably during the song at some point, like go up and give him a high five or something.
So like,
But,
he
hey,
like
Gaston.
sings a line, but he puts his arms around us as he sings it or something.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's perfect. Because I
Yeah.
feel like if we went up to him beforehand when he's all depressed because Belle said no to marrying him, he like punches LeFou in the face like multiple times. So we'd probably cop a blow. You know what I mean?
That dude's got huge arms. Like he would kill us like in one punch.
Nathan, he has bicep to spare.
Mate, you bloody know this song. Here we go.
I do.
By the way, what a good tune. Out of all the Beauty and the Beast songs, controversial, I think that's the best one.
Oh, it's one of the best songs for sure.
I mean,
Gaston.
everyone bloody praises Beauty and the Beast, the actual titular song.
I like Gaston as a song because you can actually change the lyrics to Brenton if you want. Like you
Oh
can.
my god. Christ. This is a bloody Guys and Dolls story, isn't it? Where bloody Nathan gets the praise in that one. Is this what you did as a child? You were just singing like the song about yourself?
Every guy here love to be you, Brenton. Yeah, I
Oh my
would.
God.
And then Mum would knock on the door and be like, Brenton, what are you doing? And I was like, go away.
You're in like a little Gaston outfit. Oh, Jesus. Christ. I really hope
that's
no
me.
child does follow that diet advice because that's just not correct.
His diet of eggs, like 5 dozen eggs every morning to help him to get large.
That's just 5 dozen eggs. That's 60 fucking eggs a day. Who owns that chicken farm that's giving Gaston 60 eggs in this small French village?
I'm not sure, but I don't think they were joining on the song.
No, you're like one bitter farmer just in the corner with like his arms crossed, just like, oh, fucking Gaston.
Because during the song as well, he like eats like he's like dozen eggs or whatever. You know what I
my
mean?
God.
Like he has the eggs and he
Yeah,
like swallows
just
them
like
all
without
whole.
the like with also the skin on, like without the egg cracked.
Swallows them whole because his stomach acid just like melts them.
I'll go up to Gaston and be like, you're fucking crazy. I'll be like, your diet is just off the charts. Like mate, like you got to sort your shit out. Like if the beast doesn't eventually kill you at the end of this movie, like your diet will.
He's like, thanks, mate.
Oh, yeah, you would be a good guy about it, wouldn't he? Who's the guy in the musical with Emma Watson? Is it Luke Evans who plays Gaston?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I actually liked him as Gaston. I thought he was okay. Although, personally, I'd want to see Hugh Jackman do it over Luke Evans.
Well, mate, if only we'd seen the Australian musical production back in the day, we would have seen Hugh being Gaston.
If only. So what are we drinking here, Brenton?
Nathan, we're having beer. We're having
we got it,
the
mate.
beer for sure. Those tankards just look incredible.
Don't they? Cheers. I'm so happy. Like, I'm quite literally imagining us here, Brenton. And like, it's bloody great. Like, everyone just seems very happy. You know, we're in the French Riviera. They probably got some good wine along with this beer. You know?
Oh, absolutely. We should go check out the vineyards. But this is the thing. We have to get going before Gaston makes his plan to kidnap Belle's father and send her to the...
Oh, yeah, I don't want to grab a pitchfork and like do the whole Angry Villager thing. I want to get that out of here.
Yeah,
before
absolutely. Like he's gonna get this plan ahead to like, you know, get Belle's father or send him to the loony asylum and whatnot. So like let's not stick around for that. Let's get going to your next establishment and see. Let's just keep the night kicking on because you know we're really vibing it.
I
Let's
agree.
just keep things
I
fresh.
agree.
and
I'm
let's go.
actually vibing. You know what? Let's put on the Avengers suits. And Brenton, I've had enough of bars right now, of formal bars.
What?
You know what? I think we're those cool guys where it's now getting late in the night, and I think we're going to kick on to a few house parties.
This is off the rails, Nathan. Let's go.
So the first house party we go to, which by the way has a bar in it, so it counts. My number 3, Brenton, is that we're going to the house party from the Nice Guys.
Oh, yes! Yes, Nathan! I'm so proud of you, my friend. I'm so goddamn proud of you.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
This is a lit kick-on. This is very lit if you've seen The Nice Guys, which, by the way, great movie.
I couldn't recommend a film more. Like, please watch The Nice Guys.
Describe me, Brenton, your memory of this house party.
It was wild, man. Like there
Isn't it,
there was
though?
a sick pool. I remember.
Yeah.
There was like everything. There was a little. There was a projector scene that was happening in it. There was like all these dance floors that were happening. There was multiple.
Remember, there's a lot of porn stars and actresses there.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, there's a lot of debauchery because Russell Crowe and bloody Ryan Gosling rock up, yeah, and they're like ignoring
And his daughter
all the
as well.
debauchery. Yeah, Gordie Rice, who's by the way, Gordie Rice in that movie is fucking insane. Like she's amazing.
She's a wonderful actress.
She is an Australian, right?
Yeah, she's Australian.
Oh,
I think she's like 17 or something as well. Like I think
Yeah.
she's like maybe 18 now or whatever. Like
she's one of those Australians who are younger than us and like far more successful and talented. And I'm like, good for you. And by the way, she's great in the Spider-Man movies as well.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she's great.
Do you reckon she'll eventually become the Betty Brant who works for JoJo? Like she'll like intern at JoJo's office or something?
I hope so. I hope one of my favorite things about like that new Spider-Man franchise, the new, the third iteration of it, is that I really like the side characters. I like that they've fleshed out like Peter's classmates and his friends.
Yeah.
And made them into like great characters that are like, hopefully have arcs and like,
That was my favorite thing about Far From Home when like Ned was dating Betty Brant.
Yeah, totally. Like it's just a great choice. Like what a fun choice.
And so here we are at this house party. And there is a bar there. I do distinctly remember there was a bar at this house party. Like they got a bar in their own home.
I specifically remember it as well. I also remember that they had girls dressed as mermaids that were swimming in these pools that like you could see like through some of the walls. They had like those panels that you could see into the pool. Man, it's crazy. It's absolutely nuts.
This is good fun. Well, like we've had a few now, and so we're like, let's just dance. Let's just like cut some shapes. Like this is good fun. What are you gonna have, mate?
I like that the fifth one on your list is like a house party. Like it's kind of like a club. It's not a club, but it's like it has that energy of like something that's better than a club almost.
We're just
like
kicking on to a good house party, which happens on a good night out.
Yeah, totally, man. Mate, what do I want to drink? I want some bourbon for sure.
Oh, here we go. Well done, mate.
Mate, what are you drinking?
Well, I think we're just gonna help ourselves to like the booze of the house. So, like we're just gonna this is ours now. Like,
cheers to that, mate. What a choice. I'm honestly so proud of you.
I love The Nice Guys. It doesn't get enough love for what it is. I'm also like the fact that Shane Black made this after Iron Man 3. You're just like, what a bloody like return to form. Also, probably the best performance Russell Crowe has given in the 2010s. I mean, it's better than Robin Hood.
I haven't seen that that one he did with Nicole Kidman and Joel Edgerton.
Oh, yeah.
They did that movie about Lucas Hedges, I want to say. And it's like a true story about like him.
Oh, like Lucas Hedges, you're off the rails.
Russell Crowe's his dad and he sends him to like a...
That's so weird you got like 3 Australian actors and then Lucas Hedges.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. But yeah, there's that movie and apparently it's really good. What is it called?
We're at the house party. We're having a chat about actors. Do you like Lucas Hedges and stuff?
I think the best performance he's ever given, in my opinion. I haven't seen all of Manchester by the Sea, but like that's a good movie. But I don't love him in it necessarily. I think he's okay.
Is it going to be Lady Bird?
I love him in Lady Bird. I think.
Hey!
Yeah, I think he's perfect in Lady Bird.
He's great, isn't he? Because he's the gay one, isn't he?
Yeah. Like he does the whole giants in the sky bit. Like he just nails that part. It's great.
I remember when you and I saw Lady Bird in the cinemas. We were so impressed.
Lady Bird is a fantastic movie. Another fantastic movie. And I'll never forget going to that preview screening with like all the journalists and shit in Sydney. And it was just us two like hanging out there and watching.
Because at the time, listeners, my housemate Zoe wrote for one of the magazines in Sydney, so she got us like the press pass to go to the preview screenings for movies. And yeah, Brett and I, they had free booze.
Yeah, they did.
It was like, I'm like, this is it. So this is what professional film critics live. This is the professional film critic life.
Man, like it was so good. And it was such a good film as well. Like it lived up to the hype. It was probably, I think it was, from memory, that was my favorite film of that year. Like I adore that movie. It's so good.
3 Billboards is pretty up there as well.
Yeah. Little Women's great as well. Like from Greta Gerwig. I think she's awesome.
Greta's just great. They should call her Greta the Great.
Greta, that's what I call her.
Do you want to like say anything to Russell Crowe or like Ryan Gosling before we go? Like,
I want to go up to Russell Crowe and I want to start singing Valjean's part of the confrontation to him and see if he just responds back as Inspector Javert.
But like, we're talking to like Russell Crowe's character, so he would have no clue what the fuck you're on about. Like,
I don't care. It's Russell Crowe. Before you say another word, Javert. Before you chain me up like a slave again.
I know you shit on Russell Crowe a lot in Les Mis, but like, there's something adorable about it. Like,
or maybe I go up to him and I start like impersonating him in Les Mis. Like I go up and I'm just like, out in the darkness.
You're just so on rocks, mate.
Fugitive running.
See, if you're doing that to Russell Crowe, I'd go to Ryan Gosling and do the same, but for La La Land.
Oh, really? City of Stars, are you shining?
You know what? For an original musical soundtrack, I argue it's pretty good.
It is.
All things considered. Like, for new songs, like...
It's another day of sun. I
would say, oi, Ryan Gosling, I know you're a detective in this movie, but we should, like, just break into song and dance. And he's like, what? Like, we're like, searching for clues, mate.
Absolutely, mate. This is such an extravagant, fun time. I'm so glad you brought us here. But we need to get out before the shootouts start. You know, before the dead bodies are discovered and people are falling off balconies and shit. Like, we need to just keep it cool and get out of here before shit hits the fan, I feel. Nathan, let's get to my number 5. This is so funny. This is so funny that you picked Mos Eisley Cantina. Not because I picked it too. I did not pick it as well, but I picked somewhere else in the Star Wars universe. Nathan, it's funny because you picked something that was very colorful as your number 5.
I'm trying to think of other bars in Star Wars. Is it Maz's Castle?
No.
Is it Jexter Dexter's Restaurant?
No, it's not.
Is it prequel? Okay, is it prequel originally or a sequel?
It's prequel, man.
Oh, is it the bar Obi-Wan says like to the Death Six guy, like don't have smokes?
Nathan, I never thought that Attack of the Clones would make a top 7.
Oh my god. No, Brenton. No, I'm not drunk enough for this. I need another shot for this. This is...
Mate, this is, and I looked up the name of it. There's no name. It's just known as the Club on Coruscant.
Really?
That we're going to.
So even Star Wars fandom has not named this bar, because that's extraordinary if they haven't.
They probably have, like, but it's the
Did
Club on
you go to Wikipedia?
Coruscant.
Did you see if it was a thing? Like,
oh fuck, man, I'll do it now. What is the club?
If we're gonna go, Jesus, Brenton, this is your third favorite bar in a movie?
Well, wait, it's not that it's my third favorite. It's that I've chosen my list based around the pub crawl on the fact of like what I'm feeling, vibing of the night. But man,
you know what I love? That we started with old Alec Guinness Obi-Wan, and here we are, much drunker and much later, seeing Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan. That is something I love.
Okay. Guess what it's called? Guess what it's called?
What is this bar
it's
called?
Perfect. It's called the Outlander Club.
Jeez,
dude. Have you look? I watched this scene recently to check that it was good enough to be in the list, and it totally is. You go in, they've fucking got the gambling screens up, like, you know, on the back wall, the dance floor over there.
Like any other casino. Like.
There's this sick bar that's going on that serves like some cool looking drinks. You got the Death Sticks guy. I'd have a drink with him for sure.
He's got like those weird fake alien antenna things going out of his head.
Yeah, for sure. You got Anakin, you got Ewan McGregor coming in there as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Mate, this is just like a great looking time.
Oh, do you also have like the weird shape-shifting assassin who's in there?
Yeah, totally. What's her name? Zam Wessel, I want to say
That's
her
terrible
name is.
that you know that. You shouldn't know that, Brenton. That's way too nerdy.
I'm just going to check. That is correct.
Jeez. Brenton would walk up to Anakin and just be so proud that he knows the name of the fucking assassin.
It's Zam Wessel, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I tell you what I'd do. I'd go up to Anakin and Obi-Wan and I'd be like, hey, the guy you're looking for is Jango Fett. You got to go to this planet called Kamino.
Oh my
and
God.
there's going to be a clone army there. Don't trust them. They're going to be stormtroopers one day and they're going to fuck your shit up.
If you gave them this information, would they buy you a drink to say thank you?
I think they'd make me an honorary member of the Jedi Council. That's what I'm hoping.
That's what Brenton really wants.
That's what I'm hoping
I'm trying to recall. Jedi drink alcohol, don't they? Like, that's...
Well, yeah.
They're not banned from it.
Obi says in that scene, he says, where are you going? Anakin says, verbatim, where are you going? And Obi-Wan says, to get a drink.
But does Obi-Wan actually drink in that scene? I can't remember if he does.
He does.
Does he?
I'm quite certain that he takes a
there
sip.
you go.
But as the guy's saying, hey, you want to buy some death sticks? He's taking a sip and then he waves his arm and he goes, you don't want to sell me death sticks. You want to go home and rethink your life.
Is this so stupid that in like Star Wars, cigarettes are called death sticks? Like, it's just... Also, we never see a single character in this universe actually have a dart, you know? Like,
no, we don't.
Despite the fact they exist.
No, we certainly don't. But that doesn't matter, Nathan, because this place is crazy. It is. There's so much going on. Tell you what I'd do. I'd go up and place and bet on, like, in the background, like on the screens, there's like these crazy robot races happening where it's like these robots with like one wheel on the bottom of them. They're racing and guys are like throwing bets out at it. Like, I'd go place a bet for sure. Know this. Anyway, what are we drinking? What futuristic beverage are we sipping today?
I mean, we had to have the milk in the Mos Eisley Cantina, so like I don't know what that's. I don't think it's milk. Like, there's definitely an alcoholic beverage in the Star Wars universe. We just don't know the name of it, do we?
Yeah, I reckon it tastes really good. I reckon there's like an apple hint to it as well.
I would kind of be getting around like having a drink with Anakin Skywalker. Like, I don't think Anakin would drink on the job. Like, Obi-Wan always does, but we never see Anakin do it.
No, because he's trying to catch the bounty hunter. So yeah. I reckon we could go up and
because the bounty hunter attacked Padme, so he's got more motive for it.
Yeah, totally. So maybe we just go up to Anakin and just say, "Hey, I know you're busy, mate, but just want to say, big fan. Don't turn to the dark side." Even if Palpy says that he can save your wife.
Oh my god, this is the movie where it's that stupid ponytail, isn't it?
Yeah, he has his little Jedi braid.
You know what? I'd walk up to Anakin really drunk with a pair of scissors and just chop it off, just to see what he'd do. Like, that's what I would do at the bar.
Oh my goodness,
just
Nathan, let's do it. Heck yes. But the thing about this place as well is that we have to be very careful because as in the Mos Eisley Cantina, like Obi-Wan chops this chick's arm off. You know what I mean? Like she gets the blaster out.
He just has no chill at bars. Like if I saw him at a bar, I'd get the fuck out of his way. Like he just
exactly.
chops off arms like nothing
You're
else.
just like, hey man, how's it going? He just chops your arm off. Fuck man.
Jeez, it's like, come on. I hope in like the Obi-Wan TV series we get, it's just him just chopping off limbs left, right, center. Like,
he goes to a bar and everyone's like, mate, stay away from that guy if you want to
like,
keep your
ooh.
arms.
I'm just gonna have whatever I'll just say surprise me. So
Yeah.
here we go. Let's drink a surprise.
Oh man, that's good.
That is good, I must say. Whatever they're serving at this, what'd you say the name of it again? The Outsiders, like
No, it is called the Outlanders Club.
Outlanders,
I'm pretty
that's
sure.
it.
Yeah, Outlander Club. Do you want me to give you the description of it if you like?
Oh, please do.
The Outlander Club was a gambling establishment and nightclub situated in the lower levels of the planet Coruscant's Uskru entertainment district. Criminals and other individuals who did not want to garner attention would use the club and surrounding areas to sell illicit goods such as death sticks. Fugitives
God.
often use the constant crowds moving in and out of the club to shake pursuit. Death sticks. I want to look up what a death stick actually is as well.
It's a dart, right? Like, like it's space tobacco.
A death stick was a highly addictive illicit substance readily found in the underworld of Coruscant and other locales across the
Just Coruscant.
galaxy.
Oh, okay.
Delivered inside luminescent sticks, they were a favorite among desperate addicts and thrill seekers. Death
Jesus.
sticks were created from distilled and refined Ixatal Kelowna, made from the barlow mushrooms found on the planet Balasar.
Okay, Brenton. Based off that description, you know what? If we're here, I'm having a fucking death stick. Like, there's no way I'm not going to visit the
barlow mushrooms from the planet Balasar.
So if there's mushrooms, does that mean the cigarette is like Brad Pitt's acid laced one from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? Like, is it hallucinogenic?
I don't know if I reckon it would be. I
think
definitely think it's
is.
hallucinogenic.
Fuck
but
it, I'm having one. Like, if we're here, I'm gonna have one.
I don't think this is a cigarette. I reckon you like inject this into yourself for sure.
Maybe it does quite literally result in death. Maybe that's like why they do it.
I reckon it's like a EpiPen or something. I reckon you like stuff it in your leg
Jesus.
and you like and it just goes
Do
in.
we see it? Does the guy actually physically offer a stick to Obi-Wan in that scene?
Yeah, dude. He has watch the scene again. He has it like in his coat or whatever, and he does the old like flickaroo of like it appears in his hand and then he flicks it away. Like it goes up out his sleeve and then it goes back.
Also, the guy looks like 18. Like he's so young. Like,
But like if you can go on the Wikipedia and you can look at like a photo which has death sticks inside a clear case.
oh my god.
They look like little test tubes, like really thin, like like syringes full of like they look like glow sticks if I'm being honest, like yellow and red glow sticks.
Based on the description, I'm gonna say no. I feel like that guy has come up to us in the bar and he's offered it us. I've been tempted, but you, the more sober one, has said, Nathan, no, this is not the time.
I've said, Nathan, come on, get it together.
All right, should we get out of here?
Absolutely, Nathan.
Brenton, we're almost at the end of the bar crawl. We got to be lit. We got to be proper, like, most
Absolutely.
insane party we've been to. So honestly, the best party with a bar I thought of in cinema, like, there's no question. Hands down, we're going to go to Leo DiCaprio's house and we're going to party with Great Gatsby.
Wow. Of course we are, Nathan. Makes perfect sense. Now, Nathan, do you reckon they'd let us in the back rooms and we could go to the shirt room and just start throwing shirts off the shelves if we wanted to, just the two of us?
Such
Have
a
a moment.
weird scene. Dude, but like, all things aside, this party is lit. Like, this is
crazy.
This is the party you'd have to. This is like the most romantic like vision of like, the 1920s.
Absolutely. That party is insane. The way the band and everything's all around the pool and you have the dancers all like on, in the pool and whatnot. And it's crazy. The fireworks are going. It's absolutely nuts.
It's amazing. It is so good. And you like Jay-Z playing in the background because Baz is like, fuck it, let's have like modern music to it. Like, it's just so good. Like, the flappers are all dancing, popping bottles. Like, mate, this is the mood. This is it.
Everyone's going, who's Gatsby? Where's Leo DiCaprio? And it's like, I haven't seen
Whoa.
him. And it's like, I wonder where he is. And then he pops out and he's like, I'm Gatsby. And everyone's like, holy fuck.
I'm the spy.
And I'm the spy.
Yeah. There he is. I would love to see Leo do a cover of General Hux.
Oh my goodness. Hey, what's interesting is that Leo was sought for the prequel Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
They wanted Leo, and he was like,
I don't know if it
"Fuck
would have been
no."
that better with Leo, because like
No.
the script shit either way. Like,
Yeah, Leo was like, "Fuck that, no way."
yeah, smart move. But like this party's great. Like I'm all for this. And from memory, the bar's right by the pool. Like there's this it's this like curved kind of bar. Like it's beautiful. So like if we're in like 1920s like depression or not pre-depression New York, I feel like we'd want to get like the like champagne kind of like semicircle cups that they have.
There's nothing better than a curvy bar, Nathan. You know what I mean?
You know what as well? I feel like if we're at this house, if we're a little bit drunk by this point, I kind of want to have a D&M with like the library guy. Remember there's like a guy in his library? Like he's just like, I'm the library guy. I'm like, what's your deal, library guy? What's happening?
Library guy, what's happening here, and how often do you spend in said library? Do you live in this house?
I'm sure if the book answers these questions. I can't remember if they do.
Like, The Great Gatsby is a good book, don't get me wrong.
Oh, it's a great book. F. Scott Fitzgerald, what a human, what a man.
I have not read it in a long time, though. I need to read that book again, actually, because
Did you have to read it for high school? Because we did, like back in my English class.
No, we read Of Mice and Men.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we were in 2 different English classes.
Yeah.
One book better than the other. You decide, listeners. Do you reckon we go up to Leo and be like, I read about you in a book? Would you like break the fourth wall with that? Like,
Yeah, absolutely, I would.
you know what's so exciting? We just talked about Joel Edgerton. Guess who's at the party, Brenton?
Oh, Jolie. Jolie's here.
Here
He's
we
having a
go.
good time. And you know what? What's funny is that we just came from Attack of the Clones, which he also stars in, to another...
Like Owen Lars is at the bar for some reason. Like,
I guess I'm your brother.
oh my god. Jesus Christ, what a terrible line. By the way, like Joel Edgerton is amazing in that movie.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
He's so good.
You know, that whole scene at the end in the hotel with the ice and whatnot, and the hot day, and Gatsby in the pink suit and whatnot, and they're just like all having it out over Daisy. It's just amazing. And then you have like Toby. Toby's in this as well. Toby.
Oh my god, Tobey Maguire's in this movie.
Yeah, Toby's and the other girl are in the corner, just like in the middle of it, just like, eek, this is really, really awkward.
Okay, do you think we'd be at Gatsby's house party? We'd be at Gatsby's house party, and we'd walk up to Toby and be like, "Wait, weren't you guy at that weird bar in New York?"
I'd go up to him and I wouldn't even address that. I'd go up to him and I'd just stop. I'd stare him straight in the eye and I'd say, "Now take on this," and I'd start like hip thrusting.
Oh. And he'd be so
Clicking at the
confused.
same
He'd be like,
time.
"What is going on?" And like Elizabeth Debicki's just standing there next to him, just like, "What is happening?" Like, oh my god, the fact that like both Toby and Leo were there, that just makes us the
what
best
a great
venue.
pick though. Again, like this is like you're really. So for me, I kind of was thinking with my list that I'd peak at a certain point and kind of start to bring it back down. But you just keep escalating.
I'll bring it down at the end, but this is the peak. This is obviously like this is the best party in cinema, in my opinion. Like you could argue, what was also a close runner-up for me for this section was from Project X, the house party there. That's also really lit.
You could argue as well, I know it's not necessarily a party you want to be at for obvious reasons, but like the parties in the Wolf of Wall Street are like insane.
Oh yeah, they're insane. You see Jonah Hill's dick. What a time.
But there's like that house party. Yeah, it's that party. The house party that he has at like his pad or whatever. And it's like the pool's there. It's where he meets Margot Robbie, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, the dick
That's
party,
right.
we'll call it. The infamous dick party.
Yeah, but I feel like as far as like parties I actually want to go to, I feel like I want to go to like some like cocaine-filled Wolf of Wall Street party. I feel like the Great Gatsby party is just like a fun, joyous time of like pure happiness, you know? Like
Yeah. And there's a little bit of class there as well. Like, you know, like.
Also, I would definitely want to check out Gatsby's cars.
Absolutely, dude. Everyone's so well dressed as well. You know what I mean? Like, everyone looks great. Everyone's there just like.
Would Leo do that thing he does in his GIF where he like holds up the little glass to us? You know, he's giving us a little wink because he does.
Absolutely. And we'd hold it up straight back. Speaking of which, we haven't had a drink here yet.
Oh, we haven't. Well, we said we get the little champagne flutes or whatever they are, right? Like.
Yeah, so Gatsby is raising his glass to us and we raise ours to his.
All right. Brenton, let's get out of here and let's go to your number 2.
In my mind, when I chose my number 2, I figured that Nathan would pick the wildest thing ever. You know what I mean? Like, he'd pick, like, the wildest party ever, and that I'd have to start to bring us
Do you
down.
think I would have a denouement or, like, have my number 1 be wild too?
No, I don't know. It remains to be seen, but I thought that maybe your last one might bring it down a few paces, but I thought that when you're out in the town and your night peaks and you're at, like, the top, you know, the top venue, the top place, like, the party can't get any bigger, you're then met with the lowest low. We've all been to a place that's dirty, that's disgusting, that is just like not the best. It's kind of...
But enough about Brenton's home.
Hey, I consider that a compliment. It's got character. So I thought, where is somewhere that's dingy, that's kind of got no class, that is kind of... You'd still want to visit, though.
After a few drinks, you want to go say goodday to.
You'd want to, like, quieten down a bit, but you'd still want to go. You'd still want to visit this place and see what it was all about. And Nathan, I've just noticed then that after I took off my Avengers Endgame suit, that I was again in a 2D animation.
Oh my God, wow.
I thought for a second, I thought this was classic movie banter. I didn't realize we were in TV, but then I realized, oh, wait, no, there is a movie.
Oh, no, you didn't choose Moe's Bar, did you?
I did.
Oh, my
Moe's Bar
God.
from the Simpsons movie.
This is kind of cheating, because I did consider Moe's Bar.
It's not. It is in the Simpsons movie. We're under the dome. We're in Moe's Bar. We're sitting there going like, what is life?
I avoided Moe's Bar because I knew it was way too TV. But I'll give it to you.
Give it to me, mate, because we're in the bar and we're in that scene where basically...
Yeah, when in the Simpsons movie?
So this is the scene that features that I love this scene. When basically they're getting the reports being like, oh, you know, the power supply's low, and then the power cuts out, and then the power comes back on, and all the drinks and booze are gone, and everyone's just like bailed.
So have we contributed to that? Have we robbed Mo?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is definitely on the bucket list. Oh, by the way, have I told you I've been to Moe's Bar?
No way. Have you had a flaming Mo?
I don't think I had the drink, but like I remember at like Orlando, I think at Universal they have Moe's Bar. They have like Simpsons World, and I remember going into Moe's Bar.
That's so cool.
It is so awesome. Like, would recommend. And it's like, I think my dad has like a T-shirt from there because I went there with him.
How old were you when you went?
I was like 13 or something.
Damn. Did they serve alcohol or?
I can't even remember. Right? Like, I just remember walking in. It was like I was walking in for Harry Potter World, so I couldn't give two shits about the Simpsons. I'm like, just give me the fuck to Harry Potter World. And Dad's like, no, let's go to Moe's first. And like, yeah, they have like a life-size Mo. It's not a guy in a Mo costume. It's just like a little like statue of Mo just like standing there.
That's so cool.
And you just get your drinks and you just sit about. Like, it's nice. Like, it's very nice. I remember being packed though. But like, yeah, it's a good time. Would recommend.
It does sound awesome though.
Yeah.
It sounds so cool. But yeah, so we're sitting here and I thought, what drink could we have at Moe's Bar? And you know, Duff is the beer of the Simpsons world. And I thought, nah, that's not what I want. I want a flaming Mo. I want one of those like that classic drink that's like the classic drink that puts Mo on the map. And I want one of those things. I want him to set the top of it alight.
My favorite Moe's Bar drink is a gag from one of the Simpsons episodes. Instead of like Moe Chardon, it's Mo et Chardon. And it's so fucking good. It's my favorite thing ever.
Well, are you going to have some of that?
I'm going to have the Mo some of that? Chardon. Oh.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll have a flaming Mo. So, Mo, could you light it up, please? Nathan, cheers, my friend.
Oh, to Mo. No, I love this bar. And like, so wait, is Barney here? Is Lenny here? Like, we got the whole gang. Like,
everyone's here.
Oh.
Are we going to meet Homer? Homer's the one that's not here at the moment.
Here's the thing, though. If I like genuinely, if I got the chance to meet Homer Simpsons, I don't know if I would have a good chat with him. Like, one, because like if you think of like half the conflict that family's gone into, he's responsible for a lot of it. And like two, I don't think if I get anything out of chatting to Homer Simpson. Like maybe he'd give some like wholesome advice, but even then, I'd be like, I'd want to chat to maybe Barney over Homer. Because I'm like, no, you'll say something funny. Or even Mo. Mo's got good life advice. Like,
I feel like Mo's the guy I'd want to talk to the most at Mo.
Is he the one that dates Selma? I'm trying to remember from like...
He is, I'm pretty... Yeah, he is. He is. Totally.
Yeah. Poor Mo.
Poor Mo. He's got such a sad life.
It's so miserable. But like, it's also kind of funny. And by the way, Hank Azaria, just... Like, hats off to you, mate.
Nails it.
Oh, he's so good.
That's his best role on the show, for sure.
Also, it's probably the most iconic bar in television. I mean, you could argue the Cheers bar or like...
Oh, Cheers. Yeah, Cheers.
Yeah, I mean, Moe's Bar. I mean, come on. If you had to choose between like the Cheers bar and the Moe's Bar, as much as I love Kelsey Grammer, I'd be like, I want Mo.
If you want more Kelsey Grammer, you can always go watch Frasier. You know
I just get Sideshow Bob to rock up at Moe's Bar. We get both.
Oh, yes, man. Yes.
Mate, bloody did it. Two birds with one stone. Here we go.
Mate, let's have another one. Chink.
I've been on a lot of bar crawls in my time, Brenton. Too many, some would say. And this is still my favorite.
Oh, mate, this has been the best.
I'm so happy we're at Moe's, you know, because I've watched a lot of Simpsons, and like I remember because my dad, I shouldn't say this on air, but I've had a few. I remember my dad coming back from some Asian country. I can't remember which one. But I remember him rocking up with the most like illicit like DVD copy of like every Simpsons season. Like this is like in like 2004, like way back in the day, and like I remember him having like this like quite literally 20 DVDs just like stacked up.
Oh my goodness!
He came back from like Thailand or something. He's like, children, here's the Simpsons.
Is that what he said? Children, because that does not sound like your dad.
No,
children.
It really
how's the Simpsons?
He like claps his hands after. He's like, children, here are the Simpsons.
Children to the living room.
Off to trot. But yeah, and I also remember like it wasn't good quality as well. Like it was like they kind of like
Totally.
clearly like pirated. Like the edges were fuzzy and all that.
Classic.
I remember looking at Mo and just being like, I can't wait to be an adult so I get to go to your bar. That's what The Simpsons did for me.
Too good, man. Well, I'm glad we came. I'm glad you let this be on the list.
And dude, we snuck off with Mo's booze. Like this would be worth a lot on eBay. Like, doesn't like Mo like he has bad booze, right? Like half of it's like poison, right? Like he openly states like he just like fills it with like oil or something, right?
Nathan, I don't know what he fills it with. I just know that this flaming Mo is really good.
All right. Well, it's a bloody Mo. I hope he lives a better life, you know?
Nathan, there's two to
This is
go.
where shit
There's
gets
two
real.
to go.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Our respective
All right.
number ones that we've saved for our bar crawl.
I'm so excited.
And my number one's especially special, and I'll tell you why. All right, let's put on our Avenger suit. Let's get the fuck out of here. Brenton, my number one is my number one because ignoring the theme park inclusions of the Harry Potter and Simpsons parks, this is the only bar on my list as my number one that I've been
Oh,
to.
there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way you're gonna pick one.
Can you guess it?
Yeah, no, I've guessed it for sure. It's in New Zealand, isn't
Not
it?
New Zealand.
Oh fuck. Well, okay. Well, I haven't guessed it. What is it?
The shot glass that I've been using all of tonight, Brenton, is one that I bought at the bottom of this tower that I went to overseas. I bought this shot glass I've been using tonight in Thailand, adjacent to the Riverview Rooftop Bar in Bangkok, which features in The Hangover Part 2.
Wow, Nathan. Wow.
Have you seen Hangover 2?
I haven't.
Oh, Brenton, you're missing out.
I can't relate. It sucks.
It's the only bar on my list I've been to. And listeners, if you've seen Hangover 2, you'll know it's lit. Have you seen The Hangover, at least number one? Like,
yeah, of course.
great.
Of course I've seen The Hangover. Top of Caesar's Palace, great times.
you know the
Yeah,
characters, that all the counts. So number two, they go to Bangkok, Brenton. And for my 21st birthday, I went to this bar. Wow. And I went there with two of my best friends, James and Perdo. And like, we went to the rooftop, we dressed up for it. And mate, it's a good time. It's like, imagine like this, like
Wow.
you know, like every tall tower in every city, you know, like that one, like the panoramic views and all that kind of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
But like this one, like you actually, like you're outside, you're not like inside behind the glass, you're outside. And
Right.
like you get this amazing panoramic view of Bangkok. And like you see the views and it's like a very posh, like everyone dresses up quite well. I remember at the time there was like a gold iPhone 6 just like casually behind a case that like they're like, oh, you can buy this for like $3,000 if you want. It's actually actual gold. And I'm like, maybe not.
Right.
But it's lit, dude. It's really lit. I've actually been to this one in real life. And in The Hangover 2, when it happens, there's a scene where like the four of them, or not the four of them, the three of them, they like meet up with Chow.
Yeah.
They meet up with him and like he's like on the run from like some criminal syndicate, and like it's so funny the chat that they have at this tower. But like I remember going there and being like, oh my god, this is it. And like they get really cooked at this bar in the movie, and I'm like, here we go. And I remember with my best friends just having a good cheers to it, and I got this shot glass that I'm drinking tonight, and I'm like,
Wow.
we are The Hangover.
Can I ask you what drink you got there?
Oh, good. I couldn't even tell you, mate. Like it'd be probably my go-to was like a spirit with like Coke or something. So it'd be like vodka Coke. I can't remember what I ordered there. Actually, it might even been Scotch because I'm a big fan of Scotch. But like, yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How cool is that?
It's the only one on this list I've actually genuinely been to, and I love it, and I was a fan of it. And we went to it because of The Hangover Part 2, and I love that movie. Despite
That's so
it is a
cool.
lesser movie than Hangover 1, but like, you know, it's worth celebrating. And if you can see clearly, it says Thailand on my shot glass with a little tuk-tuk on it.
I see it. It is perfect.
So, listeners, my number one, the way we're ending the night on my list is to go to a panoramic view and look over Bangkok and go, well done, we did it.
I love the views. Cheers to
Cheers
that.
to that. I've had so much alcohol, Brenton.
It's going to be okay.
I've only got one bar to go.
We've got one to go. So again, I designed my night that, and because we discussed this before the show, that I would go last because I said I think I have the perfect ending for the evening. It's kind of the bar that you go to, you know, to end the night because it's the end of a journey to go here.
It is.
And just relive the good memories at this place. Nathan, we're going to the Green Dragon Inn.
I was
in Hobbiton.
I knew the whole time there was no way we were going to do this list without Middle Earth being dragged into it.
We are going there. Look, I considered Prancing Pony.
I stayed clear of Middle Earth because I knew you were going to do it.
All I can say is that you know me too well.
Yeah. One would hope after 133 apps we would know each other enough.
It was going to be either this or the Prancing Pony, and the Prancing Pony's great because you can go there in the middle of the evening and Frodo disappears because he puts the ring on. Everyone's like, "Holy fuck!" and it's a thing to talk about. But it also comes at pints at the Prancing Pony. But I chose the Green Dragon Inn because it's the perfect cap to an evening, because I just picture that scene where Frodo, Merry, Pippin, and Sam just sit at the table, and there's that dude that walks in. There's the farmer that comes in with the fucking giant pumpkin behind them, and he's on the table, and everyone's like, "Holy fuck, it's a pumpkin behind them!" But they just sit there. They all have their beers, and they just give a nice cheers to the journey.
Brenton, have you and I snagged a pumpkin and we walk in with that?
Absolutely, man. I wouldn't expect anything less. We got a pumpkin to ourselves.
Finally.
We've gone and got a schooner of Hobbit beer. We've sat down. Oh, do you reckon... Actually, no. Do you reckon that the Hobbits have dessert? They surely have, like, ports and stuff, like dessert wines.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon we end the evening and we have some, like, port, or we have some, like, tawny. We have some, like...
I can have some of that.
Like, we can have, like, we can have one of those to end the evening. And I just want to, like, look you in the eye, and I want to just thank you for just the most amazing 7 seasons ever.
Oh, mate. What a journey we've been on.
None of these have been a wonderful night, but what's so cool about, like, this segment on the show, like these special episodes, is that we only do 4 a year. You know what I mean?
We do. It's an event.
This is the last one of the year. And 2020, despite all the shit going on in the world, has just been such a, like, fantastic year for us on the show. And we hope that, you know, we've brought some happiness during this.
We've had some amazing guests, Brenton, and, like, we've grown, and, you know, we're chatting more than ever to the listeners, more than each other, frankly. So thank God. Like,
yeah,
it's good to have other people.
Well, there's someone else to talk to.
And it's great, you know, out of the 7 seasons we've done this year, from obviously Bar Crawl, Lego, Homes, to 2010 scenes, I must say, out of all the 7 seasons, we bloody did it. And maybe it's because we've had booze, but we bloody did it, Brenton.
Probably, but you know what? At the same time, it doesn't neglect the fact of how we feel right now, Nathan. And we feel pretty strongly that, like, this has been a great episode. It's been a great year.
And listeners, if you've done this at home, if you're like, I'm going to have a night in with the Banter boys, I'm going to have a few drinks, and we're going to go on this little virtual tour. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming to the Lord of the Rings bars and all the other bars. Cheers to you, listeners. We raise our glasses at this Lord of the Rings bar. Ian McKellen's giving us a cheeky wink in the corner, and we're having a good old cheers.
I know that Aragorn says, you know, you bow to no one, but, you know, to the hobbits, but I say to you, our listeners, you bow to no one. And just imagine we're sipping our drinks and we're bowing to you guys.
I'm not going to lie, Brenton. I've had a few tonight.
I told you I had a good ending. Like a good just capping, just like nice.
I feel like singing the best song in the Lord of the Rings film, which is obviously Ed Sheeran's I See Fire.
I don't, but I'm happy to
sing it. Is there a better song in these 6 movies?
Yeah, look.
Is it Pippin's song? It's going to be Pippin's.
Yeah, that's the best song. But I can respect that. I do like I See Fire. I think it's a great song. Don't get me wrong.
Island. It's like, it's great.
Oh, I think a contender is also, like, The Hobbit actually has really, like, all the Hobbits have good songs. Like the Misty Mountain song from An Unexpected Journey. Far over.
Oh, that's good. When they're, like, having the dinner at the start. Like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's a good song.
That's good tunes. Like, side note. Like, Battle of I just can't remember the song from that one, but, like, yeah, they're all good.
Nathan, that was the best. It was so good.
We've done this bar crawl. I'm kind of sad. I feel like Dorothy at the end of, like, Wizard of Oz. It's like, I'm kind of sad we have to come back home now. We have to cook our heels and, like, end this little
I could keep going. Like, to be honest, like, to be perfectly honest, I could probably go another 2.
You know what's so funny as well? I feel like it'll be that thing at the end of Wizard of Oz where, like, you and I will suddenly finish this bar crawl and we'll wake up on our respective beds and, like, be like, there was Brenton and there was the listeners and Ewan McGregor was there, but also Alec Guinness. We'll be telling this story.
And you and Mo was there.
And our respective housemates will be like, back to bed you go. But we did a bar crawls for the podcast, and they're like
4:30 p.m. in the afternoon. This will be, by the way, listeners.
It'd be so funny if, like, the listeners listen to this, like, when the episode first launches, like 9 in the morning. They'll be like, "Boys, this is a little bit too early." Like,
hey, well, we hope you enjoyed this episode, and please let us know, because I'm so excited to hear what you guys choose as your favorite bars and films.
What's the best bars and movies? Like, we listened to a couple, but, like, sure, you got to have your favorites. You gotta tell us. We want to know if we want to visit them.
Tweet at us, Instagram at us, YouTube at us, and email us.
We're all
Let
there.
us know what's going on. Like we said, we'd love to hear from you guys. So keep us up to date, keep us involved, keep in the banter, and we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. I mean, we'll go back to our movie reviews, but, you know.
Can't we just do this every week?
I kind of want to do this every week. I feel like it wouldn't be good for SEO or, like, the podcast in general. But like for you and me, we should just do a virtual bar crawl, you know? Just like, this is what we should have been doing when COVID first like struck. We should have just been like, yeah.
We should have done it on Zoom. We should have like, you know, so we had like video content of it, and we should have like changed our virtual background to like the same.
Oh, yeah, like those like shitty like green screen backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That would have been good. My favorite is if you've ever used Photo Booth, is the one with like the roller coaster in the background that's going on. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah,
that's what I would have used.
Ridiculous on like iPhoto or whatever it
jeez.
is on the Mac,
Yeah.
and it's like you go down. And I remember like sitting in like the media room in school, and like they had that's the only place that had all the Macs, and you'd sit in there as a little kid, and you'd go on the roller coaster with your mate or whatever, and you'd be like, woo, and you'd film yourselves.
I'm living the life. Whoa,
mate, we are living the life.
We are. Cheers to that, Brenton. Well done. We did it.
Cheers to that.
We did it.
Guys.
We'll see you next week. We love all of you. We see fire, listeners. We see fire.
I see fire right now, and we should probably put it
shit.
out. That's not good.
Get me. Ah!
Nathan, don't pour the whiskey on it. No!